Hey YouTube, it's Soul Prime 13 again with another Transformers video review. Today we are going to be looking at the, I believe it's the Brave Commander Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. It's also been called the Leader Class Optimus Prime. So here we have, hang on, I gotta move these boxes so we have enough room. We have the outer sleeve, which is just a black box. Autobot logo, Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, authentic takara tomy product as sold in Japan. Hasbro logo. Pretty much the same on all sides, but it is kind of neat. But it pales in comparison to the actual box. Here we got some nice product shots here. We got the vehicle mode, we got the Japanese movie logo. We got stuff and things that he does here on the side. We got that movie poster, this time in Japanese. We got some artwork of Optimus. We got some more of the stuff he does, movie logo. We got our Japanese legal jargon. See, there's M goes Sad Pac-Man. And here we have some product shots. We got face change, energy cannon, singular, matrix, transform, energy axe, energy cannon, and what's included in the box. It is a very neat box. Definitely gonna hang on to this box. It's a nice box. Anyway, that's enough for the nice box. So here we have the figure himself. And very neat take on the Transformers 1 Optimus / Orion. I definitely would have to say this is the best version of the character we've gotten so far, until, you know, either Hasbro and Takara or possibly a third party decides to make some sort of masterpiece version, which I would definitely be down for, but that's probably still a ways out. So let's take a closer look. We got some nice silvers and gunmetal gray here on the leg vents. Some silver there for what will be the gas tanks. A nice shade of gray plastic. Some blue for the hands. We do have storage for his admittedly kind of oversized Energon axe here. I really feel like it's a bit too big as his backpack comes unpegged. Because, like, you can see how thick this thing is. It's closer to a hammer than an axe. It's big, chunky. But, you know, at least it's sturdy. And we got some more silvers here on the back. Some yellow accents. Some more of that gunmetal gray. Some silver for the face. Head crest and those sort of cheek vents as they were. Yeah, this isn't a perfect figure, but he's very good in most respects. As far as articulation goes, he does get 360 at the shoulder. These smokestacks can move partially for transformation. They don't come off, they are pinned in. We do get 90 degrees at the elbow, and same backwards if you want to like break his arm. We do get a full 360 bicep swivel. We do get a wrist swivel. He does have opening hands, so that's very neat. We do get 360 at the waist. Head is on a somewhat limited ball joint, and it's also on this panel. As you can see, he has the face gimmick. You can kick that far forward, and the hip skirts and hip are sort of an interesting angle, as you can sort of see here. But it does give him better range of motion, so I'm not going to complain. He can kick very far back until it collides with the backpack. We do get a teeny tiny bit over 90 at the knee. We do get the splits, and we do get a little bit of ankle tilt, and we do get some back and forth at the foot. Oh, we also get a thigh swivel. I think that's about it. Yeah, so the biggest problems with this figure are, as anyone who's seen any other reviews probably would know, is the backpack definitely likes to pop out of place. It's only held on by this teeny little tab, or at least as far as like holding it in place. I mean, this whole armature is for transformation. And then the shoulders have trouble holding the axe up. Now, it does seem like either I got very lucky on the quality control, or they just ever so slightly tightened the shoulders up. I'm hoping it's the second one, but mine does... Nope. Never mind. Sometimes it will... Yeah. Sometimes, depending on how you pose the arm, it will hold it. But if you stick it like straight out, it just does flop down. So it seems to depend on where your center of gravity is. But... And, yeah, I guess we'll move on to that. You can hold the axe in both hands. So you can do some choppy. And he does have the energon cannons in his shoulders, so there are these two gray buttons back here, and if you push them, there we go, they pop out these cannons, which is very neato. And yeah, you just kind of fold them back in until they lock back into place, and then you just close the shoulder. Just fold it back, close the shoulder. And of course he does have the matrix of leadership. We can open up the chest and then bring down this panel and just sort of wiggle that out. Fortunately it's not too snug in there, but it doesn't, you know, fall out super easy either. Would you behave yourself? So, and it is a blue gem, translucent blue, just painted with gold. I do kind of like this all gold matrix. I don't dislike the original by any means, but I think it's kind of interesting to see it all in gold. And he can indeed hold the matrix since he has opening hands. And it's actually fairly, like, to scale as far as, you know, how he holds it. Like, he's not, you know, you can almost get it to where it looks like he's got his hands fully around it. Because they actually made it quite a bit bigger. It's not that little dinky thing that they usually give us. So I am very happy about that. Close that back up. And of course we do have the face gimmick. Here we have his sort of Orion face with the mouth. And if you lift it up, you can twist this around. I do wish it lifted up a little bit further. But turn that around and then close that. Try and get that straightened out. Come on. There we go. And now he has his signature faceplate. Not sure how well that's going to focus, but very neat. And yeah, he is definitely a nice solid figure. Definitely happy that I decided to pick him up. Now, given due to the fact that this is an import, he does have a bit of a hefty price tag. He's about 80-ish, almost $90. He's closer to the price of a commander class than a leader class, but again, it is a Japanese import, but still, this is definitely the best version we've gotten so far, so I think it's at least worth grabbing one. And like I showed before, you can just store his axe in these pegs or on these ports on his back, if you so choose. We'll do some quick size comparisons. So here he is next to the Studio Series Optimus Prime. So there's how that stacks up. And for a little bit more variety, we have the Power Flip Optimus Prime. Let me try and get them. So yeah, definitely a lot shorter than that, but you know, definitely has more to his engineering. And this is more of a kitty gimmicky toy, more so than a collector's item, whereas this is definitely aimed more towards collectors. But there is that. And for one final comparison, our other recent-ish Takara leader class figure, the movie Optimus Primal. And I won't be doing a alt mode comparison because this one's monkey head broke off, so he doesn't have a head. But there's how they stack up. Anyway, I guess now would be a good time to move on to the whole transformation. So, to start off, we're just going to sort of bring this backpack off away from the body. And then we are going to flip his head in. Actually, so you need to... Trying to remember if I need to... No, I don't. Been a little bit. Let's see. Gonna flip up this bumper and fold out these two pieces right here. Then rotate this around, and we're gonna bring this whole assembly up and out like so. These two side panels right here are going to squeeze in ever so slightly. Then we're going to take this faux bumper and fold that out, and then fold these sort of cab doors out like so. We're going to detach these arms from the side on these hinges and bring them down. Bring these down. And yeah, wondering what's going on with his head, because I don't think I'm forgetting a step here, but definitely doesn't seem to want to. I know that needs to sit flush, and I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, let me just double check the instructions real fast. Okay, sorry about that. It took me a minute to find the instructions, which I realized I don't think I actually showed them. So here they are. They're done mostly in black and white with red highlights, which makes it really easy to understand them, which I'm always a fan of. But yeah, those are our lovely instructions. So yeah, I wasn't missing a step. The head is just being difficult. Anyway, just want to separate the waist here, bring this down here, and we'll try this head again. Okay. Oh, maybe that was why. Maybe I'm just dumb. Anyway, once that is all done, make sure those are out of the way, we can bring this out, make sure that these are squeezed in, and then this whole thing is going to come over the top here. Let me move that back. Want to get this whole thing supposed to just slide. There we go. Slide over the top like so. There we go. That's. Then I don't remember. I think we're supposed to. Anyway, so I know then we bring these shoulders down and we're going to rotate these arms inward like so. Actually no, we're going to fold them backwards on that elbow and then rotate them in and rotate the hand up like so. Gonna do the same for the other side. Rotate that in. Come on. There. Now, I don't want to deploy the guns. Then these two arms have little tabs right here that will come together and lock them in place down the middle if they'll quit fighting me. There we go. Make sure that everything here is lined up. Then these little side panels should as I start bumping everything out of place again. It's giving me trouble today because the camera's on. These are supposed to fold in and just sort of hook onto this gray piece here that the arms are attached to, like so. And I feel like that gap is not supposed to be there, but there's not really anywhere that it does tab in. And that gap just is bugging me, because I feel like that's not supposed to be there. And these arms keep coming untabbed. Anyway, so now we come over here to the legs. What we do is these side panels. Yeah, like so. Open these side panels, and then we got to pull out this panel from inside. It could be a little bit sticky. There we go. And then we also want to fold in these heels and flatten out the foot like so. Then we're going to sort of take the knee here and wiggle on it until this panel comes undone, and then that is gonna fold up and around and compress the leg like so. Going to rinse and repeat on this side. Open that up, bring this panel out, compress the foot, wiggle this knee loose. Then we're going to bring this all up, and when we come to the underside, the side panel with the tab goes on the bottom because there's a little slot here on the other leg, like so. Then we want to take these blue tabs, peg them into the elbow here, like so. And like so. Tab these arms back together again. And again, it doesn't seem like there's any thing to close that gap. I don't remember that gap. My memory is probably just being weird today. Oh, no, there we go. That's why I didn't have the whole thing pushed back the way I was supposed to. See, I'm having a bit of a day. Anyway, we bring that back and then cover the arms with that. Make sure that these gray tabs are put back in place. Then this hitch piece just sort of was supposed to go together beforehand. Like so. Like that. Then for the final touch, we want to rotate the smokestacks to face backwards, and there we have him in his vehicle mode. And there is that. Now I'm pretty sure that the axe just sits somewhere on the back. Let me double check. I'm feeling so unprofessional right now. Okay, yeah. Just wanted to double check. Yeah, so the axe, you just peg it into these ports on his legs, which, now that I'm remembering, I don't really like because it sits ever slightly too low. It doesn't entirely scrape along, but depending on how you position it, it won't. It can touch the ground. Oh, almost forgot. You gotta rotate these pieces out because these are the only wheels he gets in the front, which, I mean, I guess they do the job, so. Let me bring the camera back down. So, he at least rolls, but yeah, these are pretty easy to push in. They don't lock super secure, but they're also not super flimsy either. Just be aware of them, I guess. But yeah, definitely dig the final alt mode design. Definitely captures that red and blue truck that Optimus is. And one thing I really like, and I don't know how well it's going to show up here, but because the faux cab slides over the actual chest, you can actually see the matrix through the window still. Again, it's 2 pieces of plastic and my lighting's not the best, but it is there. You can sort of see it through there, which I do like a lot. Anyway, should do some size comparisons here. So here he is next to the power flipped Optimus. Just for an idea of how they hold up. Obviously this one has a much cleaner alt mode. It's looking a little lopsided there. Anyway. And then we have the Studio Series. Oh, forgot to flip his smokestacks the right way. But yeah, despite the flaws, I do still think that this is our best version so far. It does take a lot of what worked about some of the other ones and improves, and then kind of leaves some of the more finicky bits behind. Yeah, so really the shoulders, the pegging of the backpack, and kind of the size of the axe, which is really not that big of a deal. Those are my only major complaints. These tabs coming unpegged and these wheels being a little on the smaller side and not being the most secure locking point are also some points against it, but it's still a very good figure. I think overall I'd want to give this a... There we go. I think I'd give this guy like an 8.5. There's definitely still room for improvement, but he's definitely the best one we have gotten so far. Oh, I should probably show this off. You can deploy the cannons in the alt mode. Yeah. And they can fling too far forward if you don't peg the thing in all the way. But yeah, there's that too. But yeah, overall, definitely digging this figure. Happy that I picked him up. Again, I do wish that he was a little cheaper, but considering, you know, that prices of everything have gone up, and the fact that he does feel like more of an old school leader class with the bulk and the engineering, I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I do feel like the price is justified just barely. So there is that. Is there anything else to say? I don't think there is. Yeah, I think it's if you're really into this design, definitely pick this one up. It's definitely again, like I said, this is the best one we have so far. So I think that's about it. I'm not sure if any trailers fit in this hitch. There probably is 1 or 2, but yeah, I think that's about it for now. Oh, actually, I want to check something. I want to check blast compatibility. See if we can get some. No, not there. Can we get on this side? Looks too big. Yep, nope. Too big. Alright, that's all. So this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.